Hey guys, welcome back to Clash with Corey. Thanks for coming to hang out with me for another Clash of Clans video. Today we're going to talk about 3 attacks that you need to know at Town Hall 11 if you want to be extremely successful at Town Hall 11. So let's get into those right now.
Nerf this!
So, what am I basing this on, alright? What am I basing this information on, that these are the 3 attacks you need to know? Who the heck am I to just pick these 3 attacks? And I'll tell you right now what I'm basing it on. We just came off our playoff war versus Crazy Monkey, and yes, we did lose the war, but I'll tell you what, our Town Hall 11s sure didn't lose the war. They came up with a 50% hit rate 11v11, which is very, very good hit rate 11v11. Actually, Crazy Monkey only had a 42% hit rate 11v11. So, obviously our Town Hall 11s know what they're doing. And out of all those Town Hall 11 attacks, there was only 3 that were used for pretty much all of those attacks to come up with that excellent hit rate. And the first one of those, by far, is going to be Queen Charge into Miner. So let's talk about, we're going to play an example right here. We're going to talk about why Queen Charge Miner is so powerful. You'll see Sky's got 5 healers for her Queen. Now a level 50 Queen is a beast. She is an absolute animal of a hero, okay? Super strong. So when you're able to keep her alive through most or even a whole raid sometimes, doing damage for that entire, almost 3 minutes or however long it takes to triple the base, she's going to account for a large section of that base by herself, sometimes 50% or even more of the base by herself, just for the camp space, the troop space that required for 4 or 5 healers. So excellent value there. A lot of these Town Hall 11 attacks are gonna involve a Queen Charge component, so tons of value from this Queen Charge coming in. She's already taken out that whole little chunk of the base. Now she's charging in behind the wall wrecker, using a freeze and a poison, getting that wall wrecker in there a little bit further, to where she's gonna end up having access to the core of this base eventually. Alright, so now we know why Queen Charge is so dominant, so strong at Town Hall 11. It's because that level 50 Queen is an animal. Now what about the Miners? What makes Miners so great? And that one's a pretty easy one to answer as well. They're a very versatile troop. First of all, they attack every building, so you don't need to bring separate cleanup. But more importantly, they can kill heroes. They can kill the Queen. They can kill the King. Where Hogs and Loons, don't really have that ability. I mean, you can figure out other ways to do it, sure, but Miners will kill those heroes, okay? So you don't have to get either hero with your kill squad with the Miners. It gives you more versatility to get more value from a different side of the base. Also, look at that eagle shots raining down on those Miners. Miners will also weather eagle artillery blasts better than Hogs, better than Loons, better than a lot of troops, because it is very, very rare that they are above ground for all 3 of those shots lasting. A lot of times when the eagle targets them, they'll eat only one shot before going back underground, or like 2 max, but it's very rare that all 3 of those shots are gonna catch those Miners when they're above ground, which is the only time they can take damage. And all those put together is why this attack is so dominant at Town Hall 11 right now. I'll tell you straight up, half of our triples at Town Hall 11 with that excellent hit rate were Queen Charge Miner. That's how strong this attack is at Town Hall 11. So Sky's finishing up this beautiful raid. Look at the Queen, still alive. Well, I'm gonna pause this. That Queen is still alive, still has most, if not all, of her healers, and look how far she got into this base. Look where she's at, and look how much of this base she can reach in here from right there where she was at. Massive value from that Queen Charge, and then the versatile Miners coming in, taking care of the rest. Now, worth mentioning, most of these Miner raids, we're seeing only like 3 heals brought for them because we're getting so much value for the Queen Charge aspect. Also worth noting, there was a P.E.K.K.A in this composition. A lot of times you use the King to funnel the other side for the King, to tank for your wall wrecker on the way in, and you don't want your Miners to have to deal with all those trash buildings, so bringing an extra P.E.K.K.A to take care of the trash buildings on the other side of where you're starting your Miners is a good plan. That way your Miners stay focused in the base, stay attacking those defenses only. Now we're going to go ahead and take a look at number 14, and we're going to get to our number 2. Honestly, 2 and 3 on this list were pretty equal in this war, and that's the second one's going to be a Queen Charge Lalo. I've already told you guys how valuable the queen is, especially at Town Hall 11 at that level 50. She's a beast, she's a monster, she's an animal. So I mean, we've already covered that, so I don't have to recover why he's using a queen charge, because that queen charge is going to get some big value. Now, Lava Loon, also a very versatile attack. You know, hogs are good too. You know, I don't have anything against hogs. You just don't have a chance to use them as often, because hogs, you know, don't do well with an enemy on them. You can't even use them if you haven't killed the enemy queen. And, you know, they don't do well with an enemy king either. The king will chase them all around the base. Obviously, a king is not going to chase your loons around the base, not going to touch your minions, not going to touch your pups. You know, he can cause a time issue if they get stuck on him for a little while, you know, towards the end. But other than that, he doesn't destroy your troops at all. So once again, you have greater versatility with Lava Loon and a queen charge than you do with hogs and a queen charge. So queen charge still very strong. Obviously, Lava Loon still very strong as well. And you know, it's very versatile. With the hog attack, you cannot do a hog attack with the queen still up. You know, 95% of the time that attack is going to fail. That's not the case with Lava Loon though. You can even kill the queen in a Lava Loon if you use skelly spells in a smart place, you know, raged up skelly spells. So that's why Lava Loon is more versatile than hogs, and that's why queen charge Lava Loon's coming in at number 2 on this list of attacks that you gotta know. If, you know, only if you want to be elite, you know. I mean, you know, if you're spamming farm bases with Bull or Witch and that's all you ever want to do, you know, that's fine. If that works for you, if you're, you know, getting bases that works on, that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. But when you get it clashing up at a higher level and bases are more challenging, you know, they're not going to fall as easily to those kind of spam attacks. And that's when knowing these precision attacks comes in really, really handy. And as you can see, Flexogram, Lex is going to wreck this base right here. Very nice queen charge. And very nice Lalo as well. Just going to time sport through the rest of this, just clean up. Another thing to notice about these two, you know, about queen charges being so strong right now is because, you know, in the meta, there's still a lot of people running damage CCs because Dragbat, it's still a thing, you know? You don't want to get caught by a Dragbat, so a lot of people are putting dragons in their CC with like an Ice Golem, and you know, that's a lot easier to deal with than like a double Ice Golem or a Hound CC on a queen charge. So these mixed CCs used to combat the Dragbat still are leaving bases wide open to be queen charged. Now let's go down and take a look at number 3 on this list, and number 6 up here. So this is going to be the Electron, all right? And a lot of times we're seeing it done with a Stone Slammer now. We're seeing Queen on the backside of a base, or they're just wanting to get more value from that Stone Slammer, destroying defenses on the way in. You know, it'll take out 2, 3, sometimes even more defenses on its own, as long as it's not getting hit by Seeking Air Mines or air defenses or that sort of thing. That's why we're seeing the Electron with a Stone Slammer being used so often. Also, Electron with a Stone Slammer can be used on the backside of the base, closer to the Queen. Now, this attack works really well, really well, if you happen to have a CC that can't target air. You're going to see Eevee here that's being attacked does have a baby dragon only that can target air, and the Electron's going to turn around and kill that baby dragon, and, you know, then grab some Chain Lightning abilities in there as well, while those cloned up loons are taking out a few more defenses as well. Now, that took out that section of the base, but it didn't take out the Queen. Usually you do want to take out the Queen with your Electron portion, but you don't have to, because once your Electron portion is finished, like Texagrams has already right here, then you still have Sui heroes to come in and do. So if you can reach the Queen with your heroes in a section, then you don't have to necessarily get the Queen down with the Electron portion. You can kill her with the heroes, which is exactly what Texagram's going to do on this one. Now, if somebody's, you know, really wants to try and prevent you from doing a queen charge and does like a double Ice Golem CC or a Hound CC or that sort of thing, that's when you really open up these sort of attack strategies to be really strong. So if you plan them right, your Electron portion will never pull 2 Ice Golems. It will never pull a Hound out of the enemy CC. And, you know, if you sue your heroes in a smart spot, then you're not going to pull it with that as well. And you can you know, attack the entire base without ever even seeing what's in the CC, more or less having to deal with it. But still, very, very strong attack. And, you know, when you use the one clone variation that Texagram's using here, it gives you more spells for your Lalo. You know, you're not going to get quite as much with the Electron, but it'll give you that extra heal for your Lalo, which is very nice, because he was going to run into a ton of splash damage left on this base, red bombs, wizard towers, that sort of thing. So having that heal in this composition was definitely needed in this point. So there you go. I don't have anything against the other Town Hall 11 attacks. I really don't. And I didn't just arbitrarily decide that these were the best. But these are the attacks that worked for WHF, coming up with a 50% hit rate in CWL Invite playoffs, okay? Crazy Monkey had, you know, what, a month in between to build the absolute best bases that they possibly could. And these were the attacks that worked on those bases that came up with a 50% hit rate at Town Hall 11. So that's where I'm pulling this info from, just so you guys have some context. And these attacks, very, very strong, you guys, for the reasons I already said. So with that, I hope you guys liked the video. If you have not already, check out the details below my videos. In there, I have links to all my social media, including my Discord, which is the best place to get a hold of me, easiest place to hang out with me. Also, WHF Family Recruiting Discord server. WHF is recruiting max 12s, 11s, and 10s. Heroes and offense have to be max. Walls don't have to be entirely max. We understand that's a long grind. You can work on walls later, but everything else pretty much max. And right now we're especially looking for Town Hall 12s, Town Hall 11s. So if you guys have been thinking about trying to join WHF, you're Town Hall 12 or Town Hall 11, right now is a really good time to get into that recruiting Discord server. You know, read the README, follow the directions, and you guys, you'll get it, you will. So I hope you liked the video, and I will see you guys in the next one.
Nerf this!